Hey, good morning. It's Reggie Pegues, prosperingdad.com, coming to you from Queens, New York. And today on our You Are Worthy series, I have a question for you. What is it that's holding you back? What is it that's holding you back? As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, this started off as a Facebook Live. So as people come on, indulge me as I acknowledge them and say good morning. Type in the comments to let me know where you're coming from and where you're viewing me from. And let's just get into this content today. So as you can see in the title, we're going to talk about what's holding you back. Now, the thing that brought this question up to me with anybody who's been following me in the series, anyone that follows me, you know that I do a lot of personal development, a lot of studying and reading to get better each and every day. I want to be better and better each and every day. And in my readings, the books that I've been reading this month, The Success Principles and The 1 Minute Millionaire, the same thing kept coming up. It kept jumping up into my face in terms of asking me this one question: what's holding you back? And if we look at our lives, there's a lot of things that you might have experienced and gone through, that dreams that you might have had, visions that you wanted to, that you were given, goals that you wanted to accomplish, things that you wanted to do. But the one thing that we never ask ourselves is, what is the one thing that's holding me back? I recently had a conversation with one young lady that I mentor, and we were having this discussion about, I was sharing with her. I said, I really started asking myself, what is the thing that is holding me back? Sometimes it could be something that you've forgotten about, something that happened many, many years ago when you were younger. It could have been a derogatory comment from a family member or a coach or a teacher, someone telling you that you would never be successful, or someone that hurt you in the past. So many different things. So as I was sharing with her, it started to open up her mindset. Good morning, Lisa Jones. Good morning. It's so good to see you. And in our discussion, she was sharing with me how she had never thought about that question. And I had shared with her also that I never really gave thought to it either. But there are things that get embedded in our subconscious mind, things that we push away, things that we gloss over. And I had to, in our discussion, it came out in the conversation that just because we move on from a thing doesn't mean that we have dealt with a thing. And many, many times, these issues that we don't deal with, that we don't resolve, end up affecting us going into our future. And oftentimes we have no idea what it is that is affecting us in such a way that we're not achieving the success in our lives that we would like to have. Good morning, Maurice. How you doing? Good to see you. So you got to ask yourself this question. What's holding me back? I know that, I'm putting the work in. I know that I'm in the right vein. I know that I'm pursuing my purpose, but why am I not achieving the level of success that I envision for myself? And it could be something, like I said, it could be something that you pushed away, but you never really resolved. Good morning, from South Carolina. My my father is actually from South Carolina. So we have to get to this place of resolve, and sometimes we're going to have to go back into our subconscious mind, and we're going to have to figure out what it is, because it could be that thing that we haven't dealt with that is holding us back. A bad relationship that we were in that we didn't get any resolve. Or a situation where we need to get some clarity. It could be, it could be a myriad of things. But we have to ask ourselves that question. Sometimes we need to understand what it is that's holding us back so we can move forward. It could be something that you completely have forgotten about. something that you have just totally dismissed, or, you know, because our brain is such a magnificent thing. It's designed to protect us. And it will help us to forget. You know, you've seen those situations maybe in a TV movie or something like that, where they portray a character and there's a traumatic thing that happens in their life, and then they have what they call a mental block. They totally blocked out the situation in their mindset. They totally blocked out what it is that was so tragic. For us, it could be a loss of a loved one, someone that we were close to, but we didn't get any resolve. I'll share a story with you guys. When I was 13 years old, my oldest brother, who I love dearly, who was, you know, he just took me under his wing, and he took me under his wing, and he just looked out for me in such a tremendous way. He went to Vietnam. He came back home. We reconnected. He really put a lot of effort into me, helped shape me, mold me, and he became a police officer. Tragically, in his first year, he, just as he was getting ready to celebrate his anniversary of being 1 year on the force, he was tragically murdered in our community while on duty. And needless to say, that affected me greatly. There was a series of other things that had happened in that period of time. I had a 5-year period where it was one of those things that if it could go wrong, it did go wrong. But I realized as I grew up, I didn't deal with a lot of these things because in our family, we didn't have open discussion about how we felt about a certain situation, how it affected us. And each and every one of us go through that each and every day. But when we don't resolve these issues, it can have devastating effect going into our future. So it could be something that you forgot. It could be a loss. It could be someone saying a derogatory comment toward you, saying that you might be fat or you're ugly or you're just any type thing. And you may dismiss it and you might move on from it. But just because you move on from it doesn't mean that you dealt with it. And coming through those experiences, as I was having the conversation with my mentee yesterday, we discovered together that you really can't do anything about the past. The past is the past for a reason. You really can't do anything about the past. But you do have input over your future. And you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to deal with some things. You're going to have to go back and you're going to have to really delve into some stuff. And she shared with me this morning, she stayed up almost all the night reflecting over some things. So what you don't want to do, good morning, Anna, good morning. What you don't want to do as you reflect back, you don't want to beat yourself up over it because it's in the past. We've all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And the major thing, and the last point I want to give you on this topic is you want to move in a manner where you have to exercise forgiveness. But the first person that you need to forgive is you need to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself. And that's the issue that we have going forward. That's the major thing that we have that prevents us from getting a release. That's the thing that prevents us from moving forward in a positive manner. We don't forgive ourselves. We beat ourselves up. As I was sharing with my mentee, it's easy for us to want to fix and heal everyone else, but we don't, and we neglect ourselves. If you're not well, you cannot be healthy for anybody else. You can't fix somebody else if you're broken. So in this process of discovering what's holding you back, again, you have to ask yourself this question. you really have to ask yourself this question: what is holding me back? What's holding me back from my greatness? What's holding me back from realizing my potential? What's holding me back from having the relationship that I want to have? What's holding me back from connecting with people the way that I desire to connect? What's holding me back from obtaining the desires of my heart? What's holding me back? And when we ask ourselves that question, you got to realize you're going to have to dig. You're going to have to dig a little bit. You're going to have to go back inside. You're going to have to look and go over situations, not in a condemning way, but in a manner of which that you're seeking real truth. You're seeking real truth for yourself. So you're going to have to go back inside, because it could be something that you completely blocked out. It could be something that you completely forgot about. And lastly, forgiveness is the key. The Bible teaches us that forgiveness is not so much for the person who perpetrated the offense against us, but forgiveness is for us to be free. So, when you're forgiving those who have committed transgressions, those who might have hurt you, those who might have let you down, disappointed you, harmed you in any kind of way, don't forget to forgive yourself in the process. Okay? So, if you got some value out of what we talked about this morning, let me get a #1 in the comments. As always, you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy to have the life that you desire. You are worthy to have the outcomes that you desire. You're worthy to have the relationships that you desire. Yes, Lisa, it is hard. It is hard. It really is hard. But in order to move forward, you got to do it. You got to do it. You really have to do it. If you want to live a whole life, if you want to live a life of happiness, if you want to move forward in a way where you can obtain the outcomes that you desire, it's hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So, as always, you're worthy. You're worthy. You have to believe this. You have to be. You got to take 100% responsibility for yourself. You got to say, "Hey, listen, I deserve this." Wake up every morning. If you missed the video, you can go to my YouTube channel, which I'm going to recommend. You can always go to my YouTube channel, Hollis, HOLLIS 205 on YouTube. Like any video that you view there. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit the notification button here so you know when I come on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's going to be my new schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. And like and share this video with someone, because someone needs this message today. Someone needs this word. Okay? You're worthy. You deserve it. But you have to believe it first. Start with the internal. Don't worry about the external. And watch what God does for you in your life. So as always, may God continue to bless you. And I will talk to you again on Friday morning at 10 a.m. Again, like and share this video. Somebody needs this word today. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.